From the DailyForex.com trading desk, this is Christopher Lewis looking at the upcoming April 24th Forex session in the Euro USD pair. The pair has continued to chomp back and forth. As you can see over the last couple of weeks, it's just been a back and forth, very whippy and volatile market, as we essentially have been stuck in a 200 pip range. The session on Monday saw a pretty significant fall, bounce from the 131 to about the midpoint of the candle, and it does suggest that perhaps, maybe just perhaps, the buyers are trying to step in and lift this pair again. It should be noted, as is the pattern as of late, the Americans came in and bought the euro. So we had to sell off in Europe and Asia, and the Americans come in and buy it up. Looking at the slightly bigger picture, you can see I have the 200-day moving average on this chart, and a potential descending triangle is forming. As such, I see this as a couple different reasons to think that there will be pressure coming in to the market a little bit higher at roughly the 133 level, and it's from there I would love to sell some weakness if we get it, weak candles. I also will sell weakness on rallies as well if we don't quite make it to there. But what I mean by weakness are shooting stars, bearish engulfing candles on a 4-hour chart. It doesn't even have to be on a daily chart if it's at the right spot. This would coincide with the 200-day moving average, and as such would be very interesting. The descending triangle, if it does end up being a triangle, and we really don't technically know until we break down, would measure almost 500 pips, just a touch under. And you take that measurement from 130 and you get just a little bit over 125, and that would be my target. However, until we get the daily close below 130, I wouldn't get short of this pair for any length of time rather than a shorter term trade if we get our signal up here, just simply because it does have a history of holding support, and a lot of times these areas can lead to false breakdowns in this case. So having said that, though, I am looking at selling regardless, and I really need to see a daily close well above the 200-day moving average to start thinking about buying. But with all the negative headlines floating around out there, and the fact that the situation in Europe seems to be getting more complex, not less, I do believe eventually we will break down lower. But again, as you can tell, 130 is the key, and pretty much everybody in the world knows that. So if we do get that breakdown, I believe that the push lower could come pretty quick, as people just pile on, as this is obviously a line in the sand for someone.